That really,
like,
for me at
little
least, I think that is why it's...
I think so too. I've been seeing it much more lately.
Because sure, you know, it's like to ooh and ah about it, but it's not the hardest of plays to pull off. You know? As long as you're in position, you've got a good... I don't know how long's the invulnerability. It's just under a second, isn't it? It's a decent window. You know, once you know the timing, and you're in position, you're going to be able to make that save every time.
And if you're Fenrir, like this, I think this might be one of Fenrir's most played heroes in competitive. Vici, they took a lot of time. They're down to 17. They will take themselves a Morphling. Alrighty.
Against the Bloodseeker.
That's very good.
That is very, very
good. It's kind of an egg killer as well.
It is. You hit very hard. You hit very hard.
He doesn't have like the most incredible thing to turn into just yet in this game. It's not like something that's super standout. Bloodseeker's okay.
10 seconds remaining.
See what they want to get with the Bloodseeker. As
Don't
I said, what we got?
No, nothing. I just was remembering if Ogre has Aghanims and you turn into him, you get the Aghanim. But I don't think Ogre's gonna have it.
Let's see. Aster. What are we going to see? What are we going to see for XXS? What are we going to see? The Enigma.
Oh, Enigma's not banned.
It's in the
my
pool.
God, it slipped through. I just was assuming it's banned. Undying was first 3 banned instead.
All right.
Alrighty.
Now, let's see. I mean, Vici Gaming at the moment, they're even going to have the more for the Necrophos against that lane. So,
what do they want to take?
I think they themselves banned out the Silencer. They do have, obviously, the Reaper Scythe to go through the BKB Black Hole. If they want to get anything else that could offer them that sort of cancel.
They do not have a lot of time to be able to make up.
No, they went right into their reserve time earlier.
What's the support? I mean, I don't think they'll Rubik. Like, if it was Secret, they'd Rubik immediately.
Yeah.
Nyx Assassin's decent, but they already have an Ogre. Okay, they go the Tusk.
Okay. A bit of save potential.
Can also set you up for some disaster, though.
It really can. You make a wrong snowball and suddenly you're under a Bloodbright and a Black Hole and a Supernova.
But it is absolutely for the save. Like the Bane, right? Your Fiend's Grip, you can pull them out of the Fiend's Grip. You're aggressive as well. And I think the heroes that work well with Necrophos, like my favorite is really the Shaker, but Tusky can kind of fit the similar thing, right? You overstep your bounds, you get caught by shards, and that's where Necro shine.
I think still looking at the heroes, I'm surprised that Aster, they will ban out the Lina. I mean, as you mentioned earlier, Lina good for both teams.
Yeah.
And Aster, they don't want to play it, so they'll make sure that Vici Gaming aren't able to draft it. Probably, I guess, implying well, this Bloodseeker, right, well, you imagine will be in the mid matchup, right, for Aster, and they'll pick something else for Sylar. I guess it depends.
He doesn't know his matchup.
I don't know if Lover is a Bloodseeker player because
he seems to be pretty versatile, though.
I can imagine he can play the Bloodseeker mid. Because this is, of course, if they want to get Sylar something else. So look, and so Vici Gaming assuming that the Bloodseeker's mid, so banning out sort of other Sylar-esque heroes.
Scary are they gonna pick?
Veno. The Venomancer.
Huh.
So that's going to be a Veno in the mid lane, right, against the Bloodseeker. Is that really?
Wouldn't it be like the Necro?
I think they're going to put the Necro mid against
Veno.
the Bloodseeker.
Actually,
like who messes more with the Bloodseeker?
I mean, Necro is the king of those matchups.
Yeah. So what do Aster do now? Do they put the Bloodseeker mid and get something for Sylar, or do they Bloodseeker safe? Are there any other big meta carries in the game that haven't been banned?
They could go for Storm still. There's an Ogre Stun and a Tusk Snowball as your disabled, right? Mobility looks pretty strong.
Good. Oh, hang on.
What's up?
What about a Huskar?
Morphling's good physical, but it takes him some time.
I'm feeling some Blood Rage Tusk. But probably not. What else is there? I mean, I guess with the Enigma, they've already got good follow-up. Do they want any sort of hero cleave? Is there any way they could still slip a Magnus in? Maybe not with the Venomancer. Could be a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do they go here, Aster? I mean, we've seen them sort of switch it up earlier. We might see something totally different again from this lineup.
I'm thinking it's the Storm, but I don't. It's Bloodseeker's safe lane. He could get. I just like that. Like, there's not really a lot of disable, so I'm thinking something elusive, but it all depends if it is that mid or if it is that safe lane.
Could it be? Could it be? What do Aster want to grab? Give us something special.
Gotta be Storm, right? It's
I'm getting it today.
You're
These
on
calls.
fire.
It is a Huskar game. It is a Huskar game. I like it. I think it is, bro. I mean, what are you worried about? Paparazzi punching you? Nah, he's just a bit of water.
I guess there's a lot of distractions too. It's like an Enigma, there's a Phoenix, there's going to be a Bloodseeker.
It's a blood-raged Huskar, bro. If you blood-rage the jumpy thing, the life break, whatever. The jumpy. That's a lot of damage. Do the maths. How much does that...
It's a lot.
Die.
They die pretty quickly.
If you blood-rage the Huskar and blood-rage the target, is that an insta-kill?
I don't know if that one's an insta-kill. Okay. I know Veil Decrepify Blood Rage is an insta-kill.
Hey, maybe he's going to go the Veil build on Huskar.
No, please, no.
The Veil E-Blade build. But yeah, the Huskar. It's in the game for Aster.
So it's Necrophos versus Huskar matchup in mid.
And Huskar's fine with that, isn't he?
I think he probably is. His animation's really good, but... he's probably fine with that, actually. Once he gets at, like, level 3. His animation's a bit better than Ori, but... Or better than Necrophos. But I've seen Ori crush on Necrophos in the mid lane versus like a lot of different
Ori had some really good LAN performances at
overall
ESL. That is true in the mid lane.
It's only Paparazzi really as the physical damage dealer, and there's a lot of different things to do with him. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent Huskar.
I think it's good.
Oh, and you're on fire. Honestly, there's something special about you today.
Oh, yeah, let's see if they've got it now.
Owen's just calling every pick, by the way. He's just like, I don't know what's happening, but genius. Right? Yeah, Owen's.
Hey, Black, is this a good Huskar game? No, not particularly. It's okay. Yeah, okay. So not totally sold on the Huskar. Okay, I like it. I mean, we get a close game. It means we get a close game.
It should be fun.
50-50. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not amazing. Yeah, I could see that, but I'm just... It's a Huskar. It's a Huskar.
There's a lot of team fight. That's the thing. Is they have Phoenix, they have Enigma, they've got this Bloodseeker who's going to be running rampant.
They've got a lot of ways to protect him.
They do.
They've got a lot of ways to protect him. He's going to...
He can die a lot in the mid lane, though, is my one concern. If like the Tusk just makes a rotation over, right?
Yeah, I see how well he plays it.
So it is...
Prepare for battle.
Oh, they're actually putting the Morph mid, and they're putting Necro safe lane. Okay. So it's going to be Paparazzi playing a Morphling mid versus a Huskar.
Is that better or worse? Like, or is this...
I mean, your base damage
this
higher.
Is probably what is this, or are you just saying I don't want to play mid against that?
I guess
I'm not going mid. Someone else can go mid. I'm not playing mid against the Huskar. You want to play mid? Good. No, you got no choice. You're going mid. What he says. Paparazzi. See how Paparazzi can do it. Of course, #1 mid laner we've seen in previous 1v1 mid tournaments. Always hope to see big things from Paparazzi in that mid lane.
Showing a lot of respect to each other. Not too sure what they said to each other. It looks like some good luck.
Oh! My Chinese isn't very good, so I won't even attempt to translate that. I don't know what they said. They said something about TNC. I don't know.
Oh, I think you're right.
They said something about this.
So they're trying to dodge.
They said, we really respect TNC. Oh, that's not. I have no idea what they said. I'm sure someone in chat. Chat, you can provide the translations. As long as they're nice. I'll be banning anyone that's not nice.
Look at this. Look at Fenrir's items this game, by the way, on the Bane. Something I don't see very often, but the quad branches on the support. So he wants to just be duking it out with the Ogre in particular.
Alright, yeah.
The battle begins.
Players, you can come up with that.
Alright. I mean, I'm going to be mostly looking at this mid-match, see how well it goes.
Let's see if this Huskar really gets on top.
So he's got...
Paparazzi's able to handle it.
52 base damage versus 66. I mean, Paparazzi, as long as he doesn't get stacked up too much, should have a pretty good time in that mid lane, but you see already Fenrir. He's walking toward mid. He wants to make sure.
I think, yeah, you've got to keep backup for both sides in the mid.
Oh, they know this ward's there. They're pinging it immediately. This is a very common China ward if you're playing on Dire. They love to put this ward down up on that high ground top vision of the mid lane. And yeah, 2v2 mid. The new meta. And it's going to be Enigma versus Necrophos top. XXS is going to be real happy about this in the situation.
Yeah, it certainly will. Just against the solo Necro.
Yep.
I mean, few levels, it's hard for the Necro really to clear out the Eidolons.
I mean, it's even harder level 1.
Yeah.
The pulse doesn't really do a whole lot, and the damage that comes through, I mean, look at top. Ori's just eating some harassment from those Eidolons.
Just playing the perfectly. That early aggression.
Gets the D ward on Fenrir, as we saw up on that high ground.
See how much Lover can get out of this.
Not a straight 1v1. Oh, I actually really wanted to see the straight 1v1 of Huskar.
Top lane, hang on. Ooh, and he had the kill there. Fairy Fire will be forced out. But yeah, XXS really keeping Ori on his toes.
Good lane setups for Aster. They got like they got what they want right now. They're helping out their Huskar in mid. Enigma's in a 1v1 versus Necrophos. That's great. Bottom lane, a little bit of pressure going to be coming out. I mean, Benno Tusk has some kill threat. But you have to watch out for the overextensions. You're playing versus a Bloodseeker who, in theory, his thirst stacks will definitely start to build up very quickly when he gets level 2 and 3 with those side lanes getting pressured. I mean, Ogre plus Morphling versus Bane Huskar doesn't sound so good for Ogre and Morphling. Every single time you walk up, you eat a Brain Sap, 1 or 2 or 3 even Burning Spears. Definitely problematic. Aster having a great first 2 minutes. And Venom's not actually putting the pressure on. He's not able to get those last hits versus Falling Blade Bloodseeker. Has 66 base damage, nice. 47.
Fantastic hold of the free wave down bottom. It's always going to be a worry when you don't have that great laning situation to start a game against a Huskar.
Yeah, I mean, the Morphling is their saving grace. He's all that physical damage for them to actually be able to deal with it. Reaper Scythe is okay at the early levels if you get him
but there's a Nightmare.
Low. But there's a Nightmare, and that's what they pick the Bane.
Yep. They've got those ways of keeping the Huskar alive. The Nightmare and the Sunray heal.
Oh, and they're getting all these denies in the mid lane. They just denied a whole creep wave. Top as well, we see 13 denies. Bottom is getting everything too. Oh, man. This is a beautiful setup right now. Vici. Need to find a way to not get crushed too hard in this laning phase.
And I think, you know, Vici's line bit is not an easy one to pull off. They've got the Tusk and the Venom.
They've got no team fight at all on their lineup.
Yeah.
There's a Phoenix, an Enigma, and a Bloodseeker, which are pretty decent team fight on Aster. And Vici's best team fight is a Venno when he gets online.
And a lot of pressure on the snowball saves to come out.
Yeah.
They don't. And even if they do, we said there's a lot of sort of follow-up for Aster to use to abuse the snowball save attempt. Blood Brights to lay down, Supernovas to put in place once they read the position of the snowball targeting.
Yep. It would be dangerous.
Scary game for Vici.
Man, an XXS, like, this is the level advantage is going to be absurd in the top lane. Like, he's just denying every single range creep. He's got 18 denies already.
Already got a full level in between them.
Yeah, more than a full level already. It's pretty massive. So, all right, Fade. He's the one who's going to have to... He looks like he's the one who's like, all right, anyway, we need to fix something. We need to make something happen. He makes his way toward mid, but...
I don't know if you do anything
He's spotted. He got spotted by the ward as he rotated over.
Bane straight into offer backup if required for Lover. Lover, you know, he's already level 3. It's sort of that point where you don't simply dive in and kill the Huskar without losing lives yourself.
Bottom, Yang. Getting pressured by Sylar. He's blood raged up. He's getting body blocked beautifully by Baboka. Continuing to body block him.
Oh, absolutely perfect there on the old bird.
And they give him a hit.
Attempt now to dive in onto the Huskar, but they're now under the tower. Can they kill him off? He pops the Fairy Fire. He will die. As I said, you'll get the kill, but you'll pay with your own lives as they'll lose one. Oh, will they lose Fade? He's ticking down low. 4 HP. Gets the salve off.
He might just be able to TP in a second.
Baboka's got his spells back up in a second, but yeah, I think you're right. Fade could just go for the TP out. The damage won't quite be there from Baboka. And indeed, Fade just heads away. Baboka won't bother wasting the spells. In fact, back mid though. Lover's straight back in the lane and bullies Paparazzi away from the middle.
Bounty runes come out. 2 for 2. Styler getting pressure. The Gale connects. Doesn't have his TP in his inventory. He's switching it from his backpack. He looks pretty dead.
Got him. All right. So they get the kill onto Lover in the mid lane. They get the kill onto Sylar down bottom. Vici Gaming getting these core pickoffs.
They need these kills at the start.
But XXS continues to have a beautiful lane up top. Of course, Ori, as we say, still getting the farm, but really the experience difference.
To level 6 Enigma already.
The level 4 Necrophos.
He can look to pressure lane now too. He can just, if he wants to, he can get rid of this catapult and try to pressure. But looks like he's gonna just, take out the even more denies. 26-25. Ooh, man. Morphling's the big one to watch. So Paparazzi has 10 denies, level 4. As long as he's able to get a little bit of consistent farm versus Huskar, they will hopefully have that physical damage at the bottom. Yang will be able to TP out.
If I can't have you, no one will.
That's scary though, that he actually TP'd to the shrine. Doesn't have any regen right now.
Look at DY go. Bit of a race going on here with that haste ring. He's chasing down Sylar. Getting a few slaps into it. I don't know.
He's got a lot of armor on Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Sylar will be able to salve back up the hasted ogre. Not enough to scare Sylar. Sylar will be fine. Lane continues with Lover starting to pressure onto this tower. Getting the creep wave pushed up against Paparazzi. 1k lead at the moment for Aster.
Paparazzi is still getting an okay amount in the mid lane. He has like relatively same last hits with the Huskar. Had to bring a little more regen. But yeah, it's a 2v2, straight up 2v2 mid. They get the trap. Ogre's here to play too. Snowball.
They do indeed get the wrap around. Back up there. The Phoenix comes through. Slowing down the attacks. Getting that damage over time upon them. Lover looking towards DY. Paparazzi trying to bring down Lover, but he can't get it. The brain cell. Fenrir able to punish Paparazzi as he was morphed very heavily into the agility.
And bottom, while all that's happening, it's a Bloodseeker who's just gaining that movement speed from Thirst. Has the rupture. Kills Yang.
Top lane. It's not any prettier there for Vici Gaming either.
No, it is not. He's out of mana.
Bullying Ori out of the lane.
Ori can't get last hits.
He
so
cannot.
the beautiful thing about Necrophos is normally you're spam denying, you're spam getting those last hits with your pulse. But if Enigma's just power denying on you, you've got no mana to use your pulse. And that's exactly
no
what's
one
happened.
else is coming up here to help Ori.
No, they are not.
He may have said, guys, I'm avoiding the mid lane because it's horrible, but he's ended up walking into a whole different kind of horror. No one wants to help him.
Radiant are scanning.
He's on his own, and he's certainly feeling the pressure. See all 3 of 4s of Aster at the top at the start of this game.
There's just constant harassment too. Morphling, he has to morph very low to farm in the neutrals right now. He has a salve, but because he's put so low, you look at Sylar bottom, he's got 490 movement speed. He gets Galed and he still has 300. He's getting committed on though from the snowball. With him and up.
Top lane as well. As you talked about, XXS moves in, commits the black hole. Sylar does manage to escape with the TP out down bottom, but XXS just continuing to have the time of his life in this lane. Did receive a bit of backup there from the Phoenix.
Yep.
But all in all, mostly done by himself. He's level 8.
Has a Dominator finish too.
It's all finished. And the mid lane, the Huskar continues to have a respectful time against Paparazzi. It's going to be a tough early game for Vici Gaming to swing round.
I'd say usually they have to hope for their ultis, you know, hope for those big ulti team fights to come back versus Huskars, but they don't really, like we were saying, they don't really have those this time around. However, he can turn into Huskar.
Oh, he can. Oh, the counter.
The spears.
Oh, the Huskar versus Huskar.
Wow.
I like it. You become the Huskar.
I don't know why they did that.
Bottom lane. Oh, TP ain't going to work, sir.
What's the score? 2-3 already. The lane that was hoping to pressure is not doing so at all. There's too much base damage and too much pressure on the map from Thirst being built up for Sylar. So they're doubling down. They're doing double rotations, trying to get their team back in. Ori, he has ulti. It's Enigma. Pretty tanky though, and there's a Phoenix behind him.
Oh. See if they can kill him off. And Ori's just dead!
He gets the scythe off?
He does get the scythe off, but he's already dead. So will not benefit from any sort of regen as such. Sure, they get the kill, but Ori's not going to get any XP from that one.
At least he's got a shorter respawn.
He's dead.
He's only dead for 13 compared to 34 of Enigma. He'll be able to make a whip. Immediately Sylar starts pressuring bottom.
Double damage.
And does our Morphling have the mask yet? He does. So he's got more Morbid Mask on Paparazzi, so now he can do what I guess we can call like the Terror Blade. You just leave the lane and you jungle. And you get pretty massive. And they're going to give the Tusk the lane so he can get those levels, get that level 6 early. The Walrus Punch, yeah, that's also physical, right? That could add a little bit of something here for Huskar. It's something small. Come on, we got to add up everything.
It can be that little finishing touch to push the Huskar over the edge. But
who's gonna
not going to have a crazy amount of right-click even to amp up with the percentage.
Who's going to build the... I'm assuming the Tusk will build the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
On the opposing side, Phoenix will always build that Spirit Vessel. An item. They're setting up for play bottom. Ori makes his way down. It's a level 6 on Bane.
Here's the setup. They may not even need the grip. As he's been ruptured, he's been silenced. He did get the Ghost Shroud off, but it doesn't matter. There's no follow-up Death Pulse as he's been silenced as you saw. And top lane, or XXS. He's taking a tier 1 tower. as he will continue to absolutely jump his net worth up towards the Blink Dagger. Nearly, he's halfway there already on top of the helmet, 11 minutes in. Down bottom with the Fiend's Grip save, they can find another target. Sylar set up for success as they get themselves the tier 1 tower as well as a second kill.
This Bloodseeker is so rich. Sylar 63 last hits, 5 kills, level 8, 6,000 net worth, 11 minutes. All's going right.
I mean, and you know, normally we sort of see a Huskar pick and take over the game. It doesn't really matter if he doesn't because of how well his side lanes are going. You know, he's sort of along for the ride this game, the Huskar.
It's all about that like mental pressure, right? They're like, it's Huskar, we have to dual lane mid, and then
the side lanes
just don't work. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
So again, they're doing this triple rotation. They're just trying to get any type of setups with their Ogre plus Tusk. The thing is with like Tusk, one of the big reasons this hero has fallen off a lot of the times is because you need to have a successful early game. Your team fight contributions are just quite weak. If you struggle a lot in that early game, your mid game is going to be really, really slow.
There we go. They're hunting for Enigma.
So they got to make these moves happen. They got to make these moves happen and make them work.
And they should get this.
They should be able to get this one.
Yeah, they're 3 of them upon him. Lead up there with a Fire Blast. They snowball forward. They surround him. Multicast. Reaper side comes down. That's Enigma. XXS out of the game again for 50 seconds.
Flesh fly.
Successful gang, but they're having to commit a lot to this.
Yeah.
So, bottom lane, bit of space for Baboka. And mid lane, the pressure's starting to come in a little bit. Tier 1 Yang's going to be there to hold off. There's a Shadow Blade picked up on Sylar.
Full Shadow Blade already. All right.
Oh, Lover.
He gets popped.
He does get popped. Paparazzi takes the kill.
Got armlet finish now, but there you go. 2 kills.
I didn't have it there.
Catching it back up here with these rotations. I think this is literally what they have to do. I think just dual roam with DY as well as Fade to just try to secure some farm so that your Morphling can jungle. I think that's the biggest thing. Paparazzi, he can get involved in in the way he just did, walk up and throw an adaptive strike and pop out of the jungle, but besides that, his teammates need to be making a rotation.
He's going to look to play here onto Yang. Yang, go for the Gale, and yeah, Yang's going to be able to step it out of the Blood Right. Now potential turnaround Fade. Get the trap off. There will be a Fiend's Grip out on the Tusk, but it's not going to save the Bloodseeker as Sylar overestimating sort of the right-click damage output, I believe, with that Shadow Blade. He just went in on the Veno, but he barely tickled him. And going as deep as he were by the Ancients, there was always going to be a response from Vici Gaming.
That was, yeah.
Not the sort of Shadow Blade play you look to make.
No, a little bit too aggressive there. Just not expecting probably everybody of Vici, but Vici, they understand. They're like, all right, well, we're pretty behind.
They've just been playing as a team. Yeah, they've been just grouping up. And in that sense, surely, the timing on the Shadow Blade is nice, but you have to be very careful about how you use it, players like that, because you're unlikely to find people totally alone.
So who does not have a GPM talent in this game? So Bane does not have one, Huskar does not have one, and Bloodseeker does not have one. But we look at Vici's draft. They have Ogre, Veno, and Tusk with level 10 at 90 GPM talent. So yeah, lanes didn't go the best, but they hit level 10. That gold's gonna start coming in. Phoenix Enigma on the other side.
Does Veno take the GPM?
I think like most of the time you will. I think versus like certain heroes like Ursa or just like heroes that you want to super kite, you can get the Veno Gale, but
I mean, against the Huskar.
Yeah, but he can just dispel it with his ult.
That is true. Just test.
Dispel that Gale. If you couldn't dispel it anymore, I think you'd 100% always take that.
But because you do.
Yeah.
Less. They've got the blink on XXS. He's very
early.
He's very close to having the level 12, but they'll look to just try and make something as it is.
I mean, they can look to maybe set up for a Roche pretty soon. Probably fight first and then click into the Roshan pit.
Let's see, Black Hole for Yang, they might not need to. I'll jump forward. He's thinking about Black Holing, but he doesn't need to. Certainly doesn't need to with the amount of damage that he has coming in around him.
They're going to pressure mid tower. They got the catapult there from XXS.
And now they've got the level 12, so that second point in the Black Hole will be available. Nope. Oh, he did actually. Yeah. Oh, okay, is the second point of Black Hole not? Oh, it doesn't want it.
I mean, damage does double now, so it is 400 instead of 200. It is pretty significant.
And it's a little time down on the cooldown. That could be nice on mid lane.
On top of Blood Right.
He's looking to go forward, Fade, but the Blood Right doesn't quite catch them.
They got Sylar though. They completely destroyed him from distance. This Bloodseeker, I mean, he turned into Bloodseeker.
It was actually Vici Gaming's Blood Right.
Yeah.
It was their Blood Right.
Ooh. And he Blood Rages himself too when he switches back, so he adaptive strikes for more damage. Okay.
And can life steal back up to full.
Very nice.
The last hit. Nice.
Bringing it back. Morphling now being the top net worth of the game. Exactly what Vici wants when they're playing versus the Huskar lineup. Their physical damage dealer. Be that relevant farming force. I thought he took the Veno Gale cooldown. I clicked, I was like, what? And GPM on top. GPM talents all around.
So they're going to go straight for the BKB.
Two back-to-back deaths after getting a Shadow Blade.
It's a big slowdown to him.
Yeah.
As, he did really have a fantastic laning phase. Lots of kills being handed to him. See what he can get done with the Shadow Blade BKB. Game.
He has been moving around a lot, and he's given Baboka a ton of space to farm. This is a 50 last hit Phoenix. He's level 11. 107 on the Phoenix.
At bottom, they get the setup. They find Necrofrost. The setup straight away with the grip and the blood right. They'll turn towards Sylar, but a Nightmare holds back Paparazzi. First, not quite enough to bring Sylar down. Sylar will retreat. Paparazzi still trying to chase a little bit onto Fenrir. Hold off from going any deeper. Space be there for both Paparazzi. Sorry, not for Lover and for XXS. XS going straight for the BKB now after the Blink Dagger to get those ults off. And as we said, the only real thing he's going to be worried about is that Reaper Scythe.
Once he gets the Lincoln Sphere after that, then he has nothing to worry about. He will be getting those black holes off in every single situation.
He doesn't put the black hole on top of him and the Tusk gets a blink. But that is
or unless Morphling turns into Bloodseeker and Blood Rages him.
Wait, what? I mean, yeah, he might get right-clicked down. That is true. But for the most part, yeah, XXS has definitely got the potential to get some big black holes off this game.
Absolutely. And they've got good follow-up. They've got the egg to follow up behind it. They've got Blood Right. For Vici, they've done a decent job of bandaging the wounds for now. But they do have to watch out because, sure, they've slowed down the Bloodseeker a little bit, but like I said, look at Baboka. He is the one farming the lanes now. He's level 12 on Phoenix. He's been given all the space in the world. He has that 90 GPM talent on him too. But look at his net worth. He's close to the Necrophos's farm.
Yeah, I know. He's going for the pipe. He's going for the pipe as well for the team.
Yeah.
It's the Veno and the Necrophos. Yep. I mean, even just everything really. Yep. Each game we have in terms of burst.
They're mostly magical until Paparazzi gets to be quite farmed. And Paparazzi, he seems like he is feeling the need to go for a second item BKB in this game, just so he can get involved. Because I think the thing is that he's thinking about the timings, right? He's probably like, all right, if I go for greedy, there's probably a very likely chance that Aster's going to go for Roche, and then we can lose a ton of map control. But if he goes for a BKB, and they can contest the Roche because of it, it could be pretty significant.
Radiant are scanning.
With the smoke now, Aster seeing if they can find a chance to make something happen around that top lane. Smoke's going to come up from Vici Gaming. They're going to run into one another straight away with a jump forward onto Yang. Yang pops the ult out only onto the Huskar, I do believe, as he'll still die. The Fiend's grip there onto DY. They catch the two of them. The damage more than enough from Lover. Paparazzi trying to turn, using his own blood right to push back Aster. 2 kills, a buyback as well from Yang that will not achieve anything at all. Aster, again, keeping these trades in their favor. It's the 20-minute mark as well. They'll be able to get the 2 top bounty runes. Already though down bottom, they have Paparazzi in position for Vici Gaming to claim 2 in return.
I'm surprised that they actually tried to commit into taking that fire, right? Like as soon as they got their smoke broken, DY TP'd in and didn't can. I mean, that was, they saw like multiple heroes of Aster coming in there. And if they just walk into them like that with less numbers, they know they're at a disadvantage right now. A bit weird to see them take that fight.
They're going for Roche. Aster, whether they can do it quick. They know each game they are heading over. I don't think they can get in this pit in time though, as Roshan already will fall
so
ages
fast
into the hands of Lover. They're going to try and fight outside of the pit, but the dive forward there, the black hole gets cancelled immediately by the Yule set. They set up in the air, they get the Reaper Sight down to the Huskar, but of course Lover's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2. Yang has already died, so Yang's gone for a full minute after the use of the buyback in that fight around the jungle. Aster now in position to keep pushing. I know there's a man down for a minute on Vici Gaming. They can try and find a tier 1 tower at least. Dying forward will be from Baboka in order to see if he can scout out more, but Vici Gaming understandably have already backed off. As Aster continuing to grow the lead this game. 7k advantage now, 15 to 9.
Quite a significant advantage. I mean, the Veno Yang has Wait, 0-6, he's got a pipe, but his damage and his presence in the fights is almost non-existent. He just dies so damn quickly that his Poison Nova, it's pretty irrelevant now. He's too low level for it to really be a factor, and now when he does get those levels, there's already going to be that pipe on Baboka to be able to cover it. Definitely in a bit of problems here for Vici. They've got Paparazzi with the BKB now, so he's a hell of a lot stronger, but as for the rest of his heroes, they are not really at that point just yet. And I mean, they're really prioritizing Baboka's farm this game. Like, he just keeps going to lanes and farming, and I just see the Huskar and the Bloodseeker jungling. He's taking the safe farm on Phoenix, which you don't see too often. 1-0-10. Stop.
Silo. Shadowblade, they've got the dust, they've got the counter, they've got the damage.
Nice contribution by Paparazzi again. Comes in with an adaptive strike, gets the last hit. They do need him to get as big as possible in this game so that he can actually be that right-clicking force versus the Huskar, versus that Bloodseeker. And since Huskar, he has the Halberd, we see a second item of MKB. Not the usual item build that you see on a Morphling. A Dragon Lance, BKB into MKB. That is a very, very different...
I mean, it's certainly the way you kill the Huskar. It is the way you kill the Huskar.
Might be the only way, that's very true.
Yeah, so they really are worried about this Huskar just taking over the game as such and optimizing their build in a way that will allow them to take him down. Just to get any sort of stun and quick multicast Fire Blast, just providing the time for Paparazzi to punch into him. They do have the means of killing him.
They're so scared the way, like, look at the way that Vici's playing. They literally are sitting just 5 heroes together. They're not farming anywhere else on the map. It's just all about, okay, let's be grouped up. Dust comes out, it doesn't quite catch Sylar. Looking to back out, push out their waves. Ori is going to be going for the build on the Necro, of course. Hood, Yule's Radiance. Go long, get some arm up. Yeah, Baboka almost level 15. I believe he has the full pipe finished too. Takes the tome. This is going to be a... This seems like a poor Phoenix already. He is higher level than Sylar because of those tomes.
Baboka loves to do this.
He does.
Saw it last series, you know, in the right sort of situations. If he sees a chance to take that farm and get in this position where he can have this big impact on the game, and as a team they not get punished for it, he'll go for it. This game he's been able to do so. The greed has paid off.
He's probably like, there's only, if he gets like these high levels, if he gets a fast level 18, oh, Yang top will get punished very quickly. If he gets a fast level 18 on the Phoenix, there's only really the Morphling to hit the egg. Like Necro and Veno, sure they kind of can, but then they're putting themselves in the AoE of all this damage that's going to be coming out from the Phoenix. And
I feel at this point we're not going to see this Veno have much of an impact at all.
No.
Like Yang
he's a creep.
He's pretty useless now. This hero just doesn't do anything at this point in this game, especially considering the start that Yang had. He's 0-7-4.
And he's into a pipe. He's into a super early pipe on a support hero. Well,
and against a Huskar. You know, this guy doesn't care about any Venom.
Oh, he does not.
It's a tough game for Yang to really sort of come back into. I mean, I don't know how he does it, if he sort of has to go for a specific build that would allow him to hit that. As it is, he's just building sort of the Force and the Lotus, so I mean him himself just sort of slipping into a role where, you know, maybe sort of a Force staff save or a Lotus Orb could keep his other cores alive.
Yeah, I mean I think it's the right option when you've gotten this far behind, but you have to just enable your Necrophos, enable your Morphling, try to protect them as much as possible. Because yeah, your game is already pretty ruined at this point. Full BKB now on Lover.
Oh, he really doesn't care about the Venom now.
Yeah, I know, he doesn't care at all. Full Blink BKB also on the Enigma. He's at it for a bit, and he's also got the ulti orb, so he's preparing for that Linken's like we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, and then he's going to get it off every time.
Pretty much,
these fights are going to be so hard for Vici Gaming to play around.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of pressure on really Paparazzi to do the job.
He keeps switching the build back and forth. He queued up a Scotty, then he switched back to MKB, then he switched back to a
MKB
Scotty.
is definitely the right call, I feel. I feel if they win this game, it's because they're able to sort of eliminate the Huskar.
Yeah, it looks like he changed it. I kept clicking him. He changed it 3 or 4 times, so he still seems like he's a little indecisive if he really wants, because it's an awkward item build, right? You have no stats on a Morphling if you do this.
If you don't get the MKB, you're never going to kill this Huskar.
Yeah.
You're never going to kill him.
Oh, Yang, he's spotted.
He is.
All right.
Will away to the side. Still, Lover's ready to head in. Jumps forward onto Yang. Pops the BKB as they're ready to look for more here. Aster, Vici Gaming having to split and back away. Reaper Sight does come down onto the Phoenix, so they get a kill in return. But the grip is out. XXS moving into position with the Black Hole to offer up that follow-up lockdown onto Paparazzi. He's out of the game for 50. Will buy back immediately. But Aster just continuing to rule the team fight as they run down the Ogre. The buyback's coming out from a second as they really want to do their best to turn things around. They're looking towards Lover, but Lover disarms this morphing turned Bloodseeker as Paparazzi is chasing down Silo in the Bloodseeker form. He's got the vision as they are managing to fight back and take this fight back into their hands. It cost them a couple of buybacks, but it does allow them to be the team to come out on top. Paparazzi killing off both cores to end the fight, getting a sizable gold chunk.
Did he even end up losing any gold there?
No, he came out
ahead.
It was a net profit
280
with the kill onto both Lover and Sylar. And I think we're just seeing Paparazzi utilize sort of the Bloodseeker form fantastically in these fights.
Tower is under attack.
Very nice to see. I mean, they had to commit so much and they over pushed it, so that's where they had the opportunity. They always have to watch out for those buybacks. And Paparazzi now gets to tier 2. Quite a swing of momentum for them there.
We said, you know, see, at the same time, with those buybacks, Paparazzi's got to be careful. They've asked if they come back into the game, wait the 100 seconds for the Black Hawk to come back online, get the jump, get the kill, the game could totally crumble. Yep. So there is going to be that scary window now for Vici Gaming where they may have instantly been able to strike back, but that does not mean that they can take their foot off the pedal. They've got to play incredibly cautious. Now that Aster are back into the game and still absolutely have ways of killing off Paparazzi.
Ori got caught up pretty significantly too, though. Has a full Radiance level 18 now on this Necrophos. Their next big goal is, especially when we always talk about like Huskars and all this, it's the second rush, right? That Aegis cheese. They don't really have that much vision around it right now on the side of Vici, so I think a smoke will probably be needed for them to actually go for the invasion play and testing that one. It's inevitably going to happen when we find out how long that timer is in. So around 4 seconds, we'll know how long Roche is going to be up in. And that's going to be the main goal for Aster's lineup, as they have their big core items, right? They have their BKBs on their 3 cores. How long do we have? About 50 seconds. Some also pretty big items on Vici. Like we said, the Radiance for that Necrophos, full MKB finished up with Paparazzi, and he's just going straight panic afterwards. All right. Very different build than you usually see, but you got to make those adaptations. Game rather than just sticking with the usual style. When you're playing versus a different type of lineup, you gotta change up. They're all under vision right now. And Vici, it looks like they were actually trying to make their way into the Roche pit, try to get it for the Morphling, as he does not have buyback, so it could be a bit scary right now. You probably will see Aster. As soon as they have Black Hole available, they might just go look for a play and just Black Hole that Morphling.
Yeah, that's all he's got to do.
Yeah, he's got
Black Hole Paparazzi, you'll win the game.
Yep, or at least win the next.
You'll win a set of racks.
Yeah, you'll probably win a racks and the Roche. So you'll probably get a huge margin. And they have a deep ward placed behind that tier 2 in the mid lane. So they did catch some glimpses of where Vici's positioning. They just saw Yang as well backing up a bit, so they're prepared for this fight mid. Trying to get the high ground claim here. Get themselves a D ward. And into the Roche pit, so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Step knows that it's going to be very hard for Vici Gaming to make the call to jump into the pit. It is spotted out.
Fade is waiting on the top side there. Is he going to be able to get it?
Oh, he jumps, but he doesn't get it. Sylar's already picked up the Aegis. BKB out from Lover as well as they head towards the side. The snowball will not save Fade as Fade falls. With the grip as well onto the Ogre. A second kill set up for Aster as they get Roche. They've got the Aegis on Sylar, the cheese on Lover.
Yeah, they had to go for some type of like steal play. They can't commit into that fight. It's impossible. Versus a BKB, Linken's Enigma, no way.
They lose the game they have to do so. Yeah. And even as it is, losing 2 heroes, be costly on the defense. They can buy back on the Tusk, but no buyback. For the Ogre and Sylar, he's already hunting.
Poison open. They still have that deep ward. Yang.
Oh, indeed. He tries to force himself to the side, but he's so low. One touch will do it. Midnight Pulse comes through. The burst from Fenrir finishes off the kill. As Aster take the tier 2 tower mid. they can more than happily continue to push, as we say. XXS still with that black hole.
Uh-oh. It's high ground siege time. They've got Aegis, they've got Cheese. This is go time. Morphling still has BKB. He has a 9-second BKB. Keeps turning into the Bloodseeker, throwing out these Blood Rage, spams the Blood Rage. But it's not slowing them down enough. Punch.
Right. He's trying his best. Jumping in with the snowball and the punch to slow things down momentarily. The tier 3 tower's gone.
Sylar? That's the Aegis.
Remember once. That is the Aegis taken away.
No egg for 20, but they gotta watch for this Enigma.
Oh, they really do. XXS still sitting on the back lines, waiting for the opportune time to jump in. The Huskar does fall incredibly low. The big bear healed back up by the Cheese. Jump forward with a BKB pop from Sylar and Lover. They're ready to go in. Jumping on top of Ori. Ori with the self-kills will buy himself some time to survive. He's able to retreat. It doesn't matter though. The damage over time brings him down. Sylar kills off Ori. They're trying to punch into Lover. Lover life breaks way towards the creeps as they are now on the retreat.
Gets rid of that Venal Gale too. Snowball forward. There's a supernova.
There's a supernova. Lover's getting himself close to the safety of it. Tries to armlet toggle, but Paparazzi with the right clicks kills off the Huskar. They look into Sylar, but Sylar healed up by the Sun Ray turns towards Fade. Fade ticking down low with the Spirit Vessel upon him will die to Baboka's damage over time. Paparazzi still hunting for Baboka here. DY is coming across as well. As they look for the Phoenix, they've got their eyes on him. Baboka has been totally left alone as nobody else is here to help him, so Baboka will fall. As Vici Gaming do hold on to the mid-racks. They are able to push back, get Paparazzi these kills, keep him sort of in a position where he can fight. And I mean, that whole fight, XXS just unable to make the use of the black hole. Could not find a position to jump into. Vici Gaming playing the fight very well in terms of how split they were. And with this immediate push down mid, they could force out some buybacks themselves.
There's good spam going to be coming through the Bloodseeker. He has an Arcane Rune. So that should be able to clear the creep waves out quite decently in Avicii. They're gonna respect to it. Back up, pick up their items that they've acquired from that last fight. The Lotus Orb on Veno, for the Scotty. But yeah, it's scary when your Enigma dies like that. He has to, I think he might just be able to go though. Like I think he's gonna probably identify soon that he can just be like, if I see two heroes together, I'm gonna BKB Black Hole them. Because they have the damage follow up. Tyler, alive Scotty for him. Got some better stats to get into the back lines.
Does he go full in without worrying about buyback at this stage?
They're in a pretty comfortable spot. He's very tanky now.
I mean, he's very hard to kill.
And now he's got like that extra chase potential through those BKBs. So, particular versus them, only versus that more playing. And they're looking for that fight. They're able to find it. Got their bottom lane's being pushed up by some Eidolons. Top is probably going to push forward for Vici's side, but mid is also on the momentum of that. They really want to try to find something, but you can tell Vici, they know that this is coming.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Let's see. Paparazzi really putting out all the stops this game. The step up as the morphing. The MKB himself closing in on the Skadi. How long are we seeing until this buyback is back? It is back.
It is back. It
back.
just came back.
Now back for Papa.
Oh, Shadowblade now also on Enigma.
Okay.
So they've already have the one Shadowblade and a Glimmer Cape. So you kind of have to expect them to be prepared with all this like Dust and Sentries, especially when they have GPM talents, right? Like Tusk and Ogre, two heroes. They will be able to have that reveal and detection for it. Looks like he wants to have that like sneaky play in the back so that he can actually just be Shadowblade and then just blink at the surprise so he doesn't have to worry about shenanigans.
Yeah, especially for like the feel of it. You assume they don't have sentries set up in the mid lane. Could really catch them off guard. Not always the expected item. Pick up for the Enigma at this stage.
He's going to go bottom. He's going to deal with the split push that's coming out from the Veno. Eidolon's out and his team. Little perched around the area. I think they're just trying to keep map control. Don't like force anything crazy. I think it's really the patient game until the third Roche. Third Roche, Enigma. We saw them do it in the last series when they had the Tidehunter. They can get that refresher shard. They've got some crazy stuff. But if Vici, they step too far out of the base, they could get punished. They have to watch their positioning here as well, as they're being stalked by Sylar. But it's really, yeah, control these high grounds, get your good vision down, get your sentries around, just get prepared for that rush, even though it's going to be in still some time. 2 minutes until we even find out how long. Yeah, they're acquiring currency. Full Satanic on Huskar, feeling pretty good. His armor's a bit low though. I didn't think he'd finish the Satanic before the AC, but he has options to do.
Gaming definitely still with a chance this map. If Paparazzi can do what he does best on the Morphling. Very hard sort of way out of this game for Vici Gaming.
Yeah.
As Aster just having the sort of easier close up on this game.
Vici has to, I think they want to ideally try to take a fight before that rush. They don't want, fighting into 2 black holes is going to be impossibly difficult. Also a level 21 Phoenix, like Boca. Incredibly high level, 4-2 and 14. He's actually going for a Hex. He looked like he was going for Lotus Orb, and then he said, screw it. I want to have this instant lockdown for the Morphling.
Okay. Paparazzi bringing on the Skadi, not saving for buyback.
Oh, okay, wow.
Even against the Predator Black Hole.
They probably feel like they just need to fight around that third Roche. It is, I mean, second Roche is usually the big timing for Huskar, but third Roche is that we've seen Aster with this big team fight from the last game. Play it as mid, they commit forward, they see Yang for a second.
They do, he forces to the side, they are going to still dive forward, jump in, straight away from Lover as he moves in onto Yang. Yang, he's gone, the rest of Vici have to back away, Yang will buy back. Kibby has been popped by Lover. Texas still trying to keep himself in, but they do have good sentry coverage around the rib. Dive forward from Faye with the snowball, we'll get the blink out. Quick punch onto Lover. BKB actually popped by Sala as well as they're retreating. XXS jumps in! He's able to get the BKB black hole onto the 2 of them. As the turnaround is there, they take down Paparazzi.
And that's the risk. He bought the Skadi.
He doesn't have buyback, as I mentioned. He took the risk. 1 black hole and he's gone. And Aster, though, they can push on for more. As the Nightmare save is there, keeps Lover alive.
Damn.
A Bloodbright put down from Sala, making sure that there's no space for backup to come in and help out Ori straight away. They try and move over, but Ori's dead, also without buyback. Yang now being focused by Lovers. 3 dead on Vici Gaming. As Aster, they'll buy back on Sala. They know, hang on, if Paparazzi doesn't buy back then, he's not going to be buying back at all. This guy on the Morphling does not have buyback.
None of them do. They're all dead forever. They're all dead for 90 seconds. They're just calling
GG. They'll call. I mean, I don't know if maybe Aster wouldn't have realized and maybe wouldn't have pushed it. They would have had to work up by seeing they had a Skadi, so I don't know, maybe a little early for GG. I mean, Aster were almost going to play together, but maybe there was Aster weren't moving straight towards the base there. They might have gone for Roche and giving sort of an extra chance for a fight.
Yeah, they'd get the third Roche though, and I think they recognized like
sure, it was
it's getting out of hand. Like, there's nothing to cancel the BKB black hole with the Lincoln Sphere.